Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. Right as it starts. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow reptiles, to Face Palm Sunday. And today's video response deals with Sarkeesian, who, if you didn't already know, is a huge liar and a fraud here on the interwebs.
It's funny because, like, I guess he has blonde facial hair, so he looks like a woman that, like, bleached her facial hair. He kind of looks like that, but it's like really noticeable that she did. But like for a guy, it's not noticeable, but it's long enough that it would be like one of my nasty stashes, but you can barely see it on him. I don't know. It's just kind of funny.
YouTube, Twitter, so on and so forth. A woman who purposely tries to misrepresent and twist everything that, even if it's a good thing,
tries to deliberately twist everything. You are quite wrong.
She somehow twists it into
somehow he doesn't even know. It's just somehow she just twists everything to make me look like an idiot.
To a bad thing. And today we're going to be covering some critique, some harsh.
I'm sorry, the world is not full of roses for you, MrRepzion.
Criticism of the game Dying Light that she had.
Repzion will never be a mister, by the way. You will never have any amount of respect because you're a man-child. Nobody's going to ever look up to you in that manner. So I guess that's why he had to name his YouTube channel that, so that he could hopefully feel masculine one day.
Had with this game. She just couldn't believe that this game was so terrible, and the things that it condones and supports, and the elements that this game has. And for those of you who don't know already, I have played Dying Light. I've played it all the way through. I've done the campaign. I've done a shit ton of side quests. I've extensively played.
So that means not a damn thing. You, along with probably a million other people, but you're a special one, so we'll listen to you.
Through this game all the way through. That being said, unlike Sarkeesian, it's very clear that she has not. So one of the first things that she says in her tweet is, quote, "Dying Light has a damsel in distress storyline. Dear game developers, it's 2015. Aren't you embarrassed by this yet?" So I'm assuming you don't know what this is, but the damsel in distress storyline is where a man saves a woman. For example, Mario saving Princess Peach.
Snooze fest.
In distress. Well, the man has to save the woman. Ironically enough, this is not the case in the game at all. In fact, within the first 5 minutes of the game starting, you are saved by the main female character, who later dies at the end of the game.
What?
I told you that wasn't a normal drop shoot.
Break his legs, then take him to rides.
Back up! All of you!
Stop! Loud noises draw them. Fall back! Fall back!
What the hell? He got bit! He's a zombie! That's a guy, not a girl. What? What?
Let's get him off the street.
So, wait, now the girl comes in after a guy saves another guy. So you're what? Alright, let's keep watching.
Get the door open!
Oh my god, run, bitch!
Tower, this is Jade. Get sick bay ready. Got a guy with a bad head wound. a bite on one arm.
Oh shit, Amir's hurt.
No. Amir is gone. But I'm bringing in someone who might still survive.
One of us?
We'll see.
Oh my god. Okay. First off, Mr. Repzion. Little boy Repzion. Let me go through this scenario for you so that we can just say it out loud and get on the same page here. All right. So this is not a damsel in distress storyline because the tutorial level shows a 30 seconds of a woman who happens to carry you 20 feet in one direction. You think she's the savior over the guy who showed up first to save you. Also, this isn't a storyline. This is an event that happened and took all of 1 minute to go through. It's not a storyline that progresses the story along where you are going to save someone. You idiot. This is something that just happened at the very beginning of the game. And you blame it all on this woman, even though there was another guy there who took most of the blunt and died for you to survive. But whatever. This is amazingly dumb. You are quite possibly the dumbest fucking idiot outside of Stevie that I've seen on YouTube. Stevie's on a whole nother level of stupid. I mean, he's just like, wow, how do you get to that point? But you can't reach that level because it's just legendary. But you're climbing up the ranks here, buddy. All right, this is fucking stupid. How do you think that something that's at a tutorial level that has no meaning to anything whatsoever and isn't even really properly saving you by herself, you somehow take that is dismissing the damsel in distress storyline, even though this is not a storyline right here. Also, how does this disprove what she says? It doesn't at all.
Within the first 5 minutes of gameplay, this is the cutscene of the game that plays out. You get stranded, and then Jade, the female, and her friend come and rescue you and help.
Her friend and Jade. That's what happens. Still does not disprove anything, you retard.
And help you and save you. And later throughout the campaign, throughout the missions that you do, you're constantly referred to as you owe Jade help. You need to help her because she saved your life and one of her men died for saving you. So rather than having Jade just be a side character and get killed off like that guy did, she's the one who saves you ultimately. Which I think, in my opinion,
no,
is
he
awesome.
Saved her.
She saved you, and she's a badass character throughout the entire rest of the game. Even until her death. She's a badass character who takes out a lot of people. But of course, if you know anything about...
She can still be a badass character, but still not be relevant to that whole damsel in distress storyline. So, you have still not disproven what she said. Once again, amazing. I mean, I haven't played this game, but you have not convinced me, which is sad.
That's not good enough, because then she says this. When female characters appear capable before being damseled, it does not make any better. It makes it worse. It's literally disempowering. The villain's dialogue in Dying Light about damseling Jade, quote, "The last time we met, you took something of mine. Now I took something of yours." So now is where I'm going to display some context to what exactly she's referring to. Now he says this quote simply because earlier in the game, you chop off his hand.
Pathetic. All right. Kill him.
I don't know why I'm seeing this right now.
Then, of course, throughout the campaign, halfway through the end...
I didn't need the video proof that he cut off his hand. I'll just take your word for that.
Jade goes off by herself once she finds out that her brother had died, and she wants to go after this guy and go help people by herself without any influence of your character that you're playing. When she does that, she happens to get captured by the main villain. Yes, technically speaking, she got damseled or she got captured.
What? 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 How did... the whole time you just, oh, this is a damsel in distress, and now you're saying it did happen. What? How do you disprove something that you just admitted happened? You're getting closer to Stevie right now. You're very close, okay? No, I don't think I've seen Stevie be this retarded that he goes out and tries to disprove something and then says, well, actually, it is correct what I'm trying to disprove. That is actually true, but I don't like it. My feelings disagree. Like, no, don't you understand? At least don't be honest. At least go and mention something else. Don't be like, well, actually, there is a damsel in distress storyline motivation that goes along with this story, which would prove her point correct. But what? Are you serious? Are you serious?
Which, in all honesty, I don't really care if she got captured or not. That's not the point. The point is this next tweet that you say. That dying light quote is damning because regardless of her strengths, she is still reduced to an object in a competition between men. Let's go back to the second tweet. The villain's dialogue in Dying Light about damseling Jade, quote, the last time we met, you took something of mine. Now I take something of yours.
No, now I took something of yours. Read the tweet correctly. You're showing it on screen, you idiot.
That dying light quote is damning because regardless of her strength, she is still reduced to an object in a competition between men. Now, my entire response revolves around this final tweet where she says she is reduced...
Around a tweet, even though you just admitted that she was right, okay.
Reduced to an object in competition between men. That this character, Jade, is reduced to a sexual object.
I think she only said object, not sexual, but, you know, Repzion's half retarded, so he just spurges out words whenever he can.
Competition between men. This is not true, and this
What's
is
up?
one of the biggest lies that I have seen you perpetuate in a lot of your content regarding these types of stories.
You just admitted she was right, though, you idiot. Or you're wrong, except you're right, but whatever.
Now, not all stories have this in video games, but in this particular story, the main character that you're playing as, you start to care for Jade. This is what is called the relationship dynamic. The main villain says, you took something of mine, you chopped off his hand, now I'm going to take something of yours.
You're a woman. Why don't you just say that and then, like, be like, because if you did, you would be like, well, she's got a point. I mean, that is pretty fucking stupid. I mean, it would make me look bad. So I guess I shouldn't say that.
We meet again. The last time we met, you took something of mine. Now, I took something of yours.
I don't negotiate with assholes, Rise.
How does the context of this support anything you say? If anything, I am more supportive of Anita's side now after seeing this. It clearly displays what she was saying. If the point was, well, she didn't even iterate this. She just pointed out this instance and said how this is not a good thing to go on with, but whatever. The thing is, you chopped off the dude's hand, and in response, later on, because he survives that, he says, you took something of mine, which was my hand. Now I take something of yours, which is your woman. So apparently, the woman is his property. That's what she's being reduced to. And you're showing me this right now and thinking, this is going to disprove her? What? Are you 12?
I get out of here with Jade, or I take your other hand, too.
When he says that, he's not meaning an actual sexualized, objectified woman. He's meaning that...
She did not say sexual in any way. You retard. Please learn how to read tweets. You don't have that many words to read. There's a limit on the characters you can put on the tweets. There's no excuse. It's not that hard.
Obviously, Jade is important.
How do you fucking screen cap the tweets and then fail to realize what is said in the tweets? You fucking idiot. You read it, you made a reaction off of it, you then screen capped it, edited it into your video, and you still inserted words that weren't there. How? How are you this? You look, this you're close right now, all right? You're very close to Stevie's level of how stupid he is, all right? We don't need to get to this level.
Important to the main character, and because she is important, he is going to take her away. This is no different than in a real-life situation. For example, I'm with my girlfriend gets in a car accident by a drunk driver. That drunk driver kills my girlfriend. My girlfriend dies, and I say, that drunk driver took my girlfriend from me. Does that mean that I'm stooping and reducing my girlfriend to an object because I said that that guy took her from me? No, not at all. I care for my girlfriend, so naturally, when I say that she was being taken from me, that it's out of care for that individual that I love and care for. And it absolutely blows my mind that Anita Sarkeesian can't see this. That the character...
These characters aren't real, you idiot! This is a made-up scenario. She is disgusted at the amount of time people resort to this stupid storytelling or cliche of the damsel in distress. She shows an example of when it happens. You admit that this happens in the game. Your problem is why you think this is okay, but nobody cares. You're an idiot. All right? Her point the whole time, which being a non-retarded person that I am, you know, being a normal fucking person who has a functional brain, I can somehow listen to her points and comprehend them and think like an average adult male instead of a man-child. So when she says things like she wants to see women characters developed more into better character designs instead of just a plot device like a damsel in distress, which is what this character seems to have been reduced to at this point in the game, which is she was a strong character that helped you at the beginning, but instead of flushing the character out, she is reduced to being your object of motivation towards going to killing this guy. That is what the game developers wrote into the story. That is the character's motivation. I don't care if you personally didn't get motivated by that or not. That has nothing to do with it. All right? That is what they used as a storytelling device to motivate the character and to move the story along to make you kill this person. That's what they wrote into there. If you are too stupid to understand that, you don't need to make a video about it. All right? You look like an idiot. I know that you have legions of fucking morons out there, but that doesn't mean anything. A lot of people are wrong about things. Congratulations, you're feeding the crowd of idiots. I can't believe you like just admitted she was right, and they're like, well, but this is why it's okay. You know, I don't know what I'm fucking talking about. Bruh. Slavery was okay. I don't know. Whatever.
Cares for this woman. The villain sees that, so therefore he takes...
Do you see her going out there and saying, because you care for the character in this story trope, then you are a bad person? No. No, she is saying she is tired of seeing this trope being used constantly over and over again, and it is having a negative effect on women in video games, and it showcases that they do not know how to make a good woman role model in a video game, which is not surprising, showing who actually develops the game. Basically, man-childs like you, or worse than you actually, making these games. So I'm not surprised. It's not unfathomable to think of that, but whatever. Little man, little ball Repzion here has it all figured out, though.
Turn says, now I'm going to take something of yours. And somehow, Anita Sarkeesian interprets this as being reduced to an object of competition between men. Which
That's kind of exactly what you just said, you moron.
Goes to show how ridiculous this woman really is when she tries to twist something.
It's ridiculous when she's right all the time. God!
That's so blatantly obvious in real life, with the exception of a zombie apocalypse, of course, of having someone kidnap or harm or take something that you care for deeply. In matter of fact, I know for a fact that if I was taken from my girlfriend, she would feel like something was taken from her. Does that now mean that I'm reduced to an object of competition between women? No, not at all.
God.
And that's just, it just...
Well, where does she say that the trope is bad if you feel sympathy towards that person? That's not what she's angry about, you idiot. She's angry at the developers. You're a moron. You are literally dumber than Stevie. You've eclipsed his level of stupidity at this point. How did you do that? I take it you watched none of her videos. You didn't watch any of the videos. There's no way you watched any of those videos, because if you did, you would see how fair they were. It is very tame.
It amazes me that someone like Anita Sarkeesian, it doesn't amaze.
You have not only strawmanned her, but you've admitted to her parent strawman, and you fucked it up so badly. You have no idea what you're talking about.
Amaze me with her, but it just shocks me that a lot of her rabid fans don't see through this. This is the...
See through what? You have no idea what you're talking about, Repzion.
Basic 101 of a relationship dynamic between someone who loves and cares for somebody else. Now, how the game ends is that you're already bitten. You're going to put the antizin in this woman. You're going to save Jade's life, but rather than saving her, she puts it into you for whatever reason, because she thinks that you can take down this evil guy and save the world. I actually wish this game had given me a choice of whether to give her the medicine rather than become a...
I don't know what this has to do with anything.
And I can't change anything. I like games with choices.
I'm going to predict he is somehow going to use that last bit to try and disprove the damsel in distress theory that she had, even though he already admitted that it exists in this game. Let's see how this works out.
Even still, he was going to give his life for this woman so she could survive. The story writers wrote it in such a way into where she gives him the cure instead. But ultimately, my response to Anita Sarkeesian boils down to this. There is no reducing a woman to an object in this game.
You admitted that she did, you idiot!
It doesn't exist. Yeah, does she get captured? Yes. Do you go to save her because you love and care for her? Yes. Not only that, the main character you're playing feels as if he owes...
So, yes, she is reduced to an object. Okay, thank you.
...her something simply because she saved him in the first 5 minutes of the game. If someone saves your life, I would feel indebted to saving them if they got captured or hurt. And then, of course, this game also makes me ask...
That's pretty irrelevant.
What about all the other stories where you're doing things for women to help them? There are numerous side quests in this game where you can help a small little girl and you go out and do things for her and you help do side quests for that female character. Does that mean that that little girl or a woman in the game asking for your help to do a quest is somehow making her powerless because she can't do it herself? That by someone a simple female asking for help, that means that she's depending upon somebody else? No, of course not. What type of game is good enough for you? You pick things out of this game which actually don't exist.
She enjoys all the games. She wishes that they would not use the same trope over and over again. You can't understand that at all and have gone off the deep end of trying to fucking explain something out of here that you don't even understand. You're saying, well, we care for them, so it's okay that we use the same trope over and over again.
Because no woman in Dying Light is reduced to an object of...
Even though I just admitted that she was. Thank you very much. Can we just recap what he has told us? We chop off this guy's hand. He then the guy that we chopped off the hand of is evil, apparently. All right. He goes off later in the game to steal your woman friend and says this line of, you stole something of mine, which was his hand. So now I'm stealing something of yours, referring to the woman. The woman is now used as a damsel in distress trope right there. He is referring to her as if she is a property of that guy. I don't know what you want. Like, the problem is with the storyline continuing to use that same trope over and over again. And it baffles you. You admit it, but yet you don't even understand. That's how dumb you are. I can't believe you somehow reduced yourself to Stevie's level of stupidity. Let's just go to Stevie's channel right now.